We just blank it out for now. So in the Bible, we know that we were given a calling to go and make disciples. But even before that, in Genesis, we have another calling. We were called to be stewards of the land and take care of the animals that God created. So this leads up to the reason why I'm standing here today. I want to invite all of you to partake in our latest outreach program in Bethlehem. So just get an idea. How many people of you have animals at home? Cats, dogs, rabbits, donkeys, goats, whatever it may be. So the majority of you have dogs and or animals. And we know that they creep into our hearts and form part of our family too. So I decided I'm going to share a little bit of our first child that EJ and myself had. It is not those ones sitting there at the back. It's more specifically our little four-legged friend, our dog, Misu. And she is the reason why we have a special connection with the SPCA. So in 2015, before we were married, my husband visited the SPCA. Was it in Welkom? Dundee, sorry. In Dundee, looking for a dog companion. He always loved a husky and went to the SPCA in search of specifically a husky. But when he got there, there was a dog howling, and he could hear the howling in one of the kennels, and he immediately thought it was a husky. You know, huskies tend to have that specific howl, that distinct howl that normally huskies, you know, from a mile away. And however, upon coming to the kennel, he noticed that it was not actually a husky. It was, in fact, a beautiful golden Labrador that had recently been surrendered to the SPCA. She was constantly breaking out of her previous homes, running away, and then coming back with a litter of puppies. So you can put the photo on. EJ sent me these photos of her. You'll see it now on the screen, of her in her kennel at the SPCA. So when he got into the kennel at the SPCA, this is what he saw. Beautiful golden Labrador. And he sent me these photos and asked what I thought. I immediately fell in love with her. And after a home check and her getting neutered, she became our four-legged baby. Even though the SPCA reckoned she was probably about 5 years old at the time, she was still our baby. She lived a long and comfortable life with us, moving to the coast at Richards Bay, where she loved water, as most Labradors do, and loved running around on my in-laws' house on the farm. She lived till 11 years old and had a very eventful life, traveling with us and having the kids to play with, and will always hold a special place in our heart. So you can just skip the slide. Go on to the next slide. So this is her enjoying life with us, and this is why rescue dogs also need to have a home and a place in our home too. So our next project that I would love for you guys to help out is helping out the SPCA in Bethlehem here. We know that they do such wonderful work, and the town of Bethlehem is better because of having an SPCA here. So for these reasons, I would like to propose that we help out the SPCA specifically as a winter drive, because we know in winter it's cold, the dogs are outside, they need blankets and food and all of that stuff, but that we can help out the SPCA in whatever capacity as a church as we can, donating food, blankets, but also helping out with monetary donations. I know that we can always, I spoke to EJ, that we can maybe have where if you want to specifically be impressed, you're impressed to make a monetary donation, you've got the little envelopes that you can specify SPCA project. And this obviously goes a long way to helping the SPCA out in helping more animals with food, electricity, vet bills, all of that stuff. And I think we have so many caring and compassionate people here in our church. And I know we cannot make a difference. We can make a difference not only in our human community here in Bethlehem, but also in our animal community as well. And we cannot do it without everyone's help. I know not everyone's here today, but I hope this message reaches everyone in the church, that we can all get on board to help out wherever we can. So I'm just going to go into what I've just done, a rough plan of the needs of, I spoke to the people at the SPCA and what their needs are. So obviously winter blankets, any blankets basically that you got at home, that will be really appreciated. Specifically puppy food, but if you just can, whatever you can manage, I know it says there, whatever you can afford, just when you go to the shops and you buying food for your dog, just put a little extra tin of food or cat food or whatever it may be in your basket when you do your shopping. And then obviously I spoke about the mandatory donations for their vet bills and electricity. That's their biggest needs at the moment now. And so the plan of action is obviously to run the drive for 2 months. So at the start of winter, we know here in Bethlehem, winter comes quickly and gets very cold quickly. So we're aiming to have the handover at the beginning of June. Obviously, the exact date will be announced in church closer to the time. And then I also just think for everyone, just a weekly announcement when they do the announcements in church, that we can just remind the people, okay, don't forget about buying something for the SPCA or whatever. And we're planning a nice big donation box that will be at the back of the church, where you can bring your stuff to the church, whatever it may be, and put it in the donation box so we can gather that. And then obviously, if you are interested in more information, the SPCA do have a Facebook page where you can go on and then see the specific needs. And also they advertise the dogs that are available, and dogs and cats that are available for adoption. And then I have contacted the person at the SPCA, Rika, and we will discuss more about that later. I just want to see if there is another slide. Is that it? So, okay, so like I said, anyone that wants to get involved, come speak to me, and you can be part of the handover. But if you just want to play a role behind the scenes, bringing, maybe make it a project, whether it's for your kids or whatever, that they have a little project that they get their pocket money and take a portion of their pocket money or whatever it may be, that they can also feel like they are helping out the animals in need at the SPCA. And yeah, so any questions with regards to it? Any ideas? Any other things that you would like to add? It's just a pretty straightforward one. Like I said, it's going to be running in the background of the church goings. Anyone? Okay, any thoughts? Okay, questions? Okay, so it's pretty straightforward, but like I said, I really hope that we can all get involved just to make a difference and be seen in the community, and especially those animals in need. Like I said, I have a special place in my heart for those animals that are in shelters, and yeah, the SPCA do need that extra bit of help wherever they can get it. So like I said, I hope we're on board for this and we can do something for the animals in the community. That's all I've got to say. Thank you so much. Okay.